Okay, so to start you need to get your crochet hook. Here I'm using a 5.5mm and some yarn to go along with it. Simply start by making your slip knot. And now chain 10. Here's your chain 10. And now you'll need to make a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. And continue with 1 double crochet in each chain along this row. Okay. And because we're working into both sides of this chain, we need to create a corner. So if you put 2 more double crochets into the last chain that you just went into, and it will look like that. And now you need to go into the bottom of the chain on the previous, on the other side. So if you go into this one here, you can see it looks like that, and continue all the way along the other side of that row. And as with the previous side, just to make it loop round, if you put an extra 2 into the last one that you've just gone into, to give you a corner. It will look like that. And then if you just slip stitch back round to the very first double crochet that you made, just to close that off. Okay, and now on this row, or this round, you will put 2 double crochets into the first, and then 1 into each of the next 2, so that's 1 and 1, just pulling out some more yarn, and now into the next one, 2 double crochets into 1 stitch. So we're gradually increasing on this round. And again 1 into each of the next 2. And 2 into the next one. one into each of the next two, two into the next one, and again one into each of the next two, and two into the next one, one into each of the next two, and two into the next, and one into each of the next two. And you'll have something like this. Now if you just slip stitch into this top one, just to close off this round, and now chain 3, as we'll be building some height. So this part forms the bottom of the bag. So now that we have our chain 3, go into this one here, and then from here on it will be 1 double crochet in each stitch. I'll show you for a few rounds, and then I'll pause and tune back in once I'm getting towards the end of the bag. It's quite easy to remember when the start of the round is, but you might want to put a stitch marker in place just so that you can close off each round and slip stitch and then make your chain 3. But you don't have to. And this bag I'm just going to be working in with this blue yarn. It has a nice sparkle already in it, but you might want to find that you'll want to put a couple of colours. You can change colours by row. And you'll start to see that the bag is curling up slightly, which is good. So just coming around to the edge now. Making sure we've got one in each. Okay, back to the beginning. So when you're closing off the row, you need to just pull a slip stitch into the top of the first chain 3 from each round, and this is the same on every row until we reach the top part of the pattern, which I'll show you later. So here I've just slip stitched to close and chain 3. You'll see it's starting to take shape. So I'm just going to follow this round for one more row before I switch out and tune in later. pulling out some more yarn. And we're just coming to the end of this row. And again, just slip stitch into the top of your starting chain 3, close off. And here you can see it's really taking shape now. So you can make this to the height that you want it. So I'm going to continue for probably about 10 more rows. And then I'll show you the top of the pattern where we'll be leaving some gaps so that we can tie the top of the bag with a ribbon. So I'll tune back in shortly. Okay, so you're rejoining me after I've made my bag up to this height. And you can do as many rows as you need to for this, depending on what you want to put in it. But then once you get to the top part and you've decided you're ready to start making the top, chain 4. And then to make the gaps where we'll then thread the ribbon in, we need to be leaving a gap. So for the first one, if you just pop a double crochet into the first stitch kind of as normal there, because this one leaves a little bit of a gap, so you'll see we'll start to get the square forming. But after this double crochet, all you need to do is chain 1, and then skip 1 here and go into the next stitch and make a double crochet, and then again chain 1. This is giving you your gap at the top to make these little squares. So skip 1 and go into the next with another double crochet, and again chain 1 and a double crochet after you've skipped 1. So you see these little squares are forming. Again chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and just carry on all the way round. Okay, now we're getting towards the end. You'll see just chain 1 and go into the top of that chain 4 and slip stitch to close. So there you've got your round little squares. Now we just got one more row to make. Start this by chaining 4. And now we're going to make 3 treble crochets into around each of these gaps here. So to make those, you'll be wrapping your yarn around your hook twice, going in through the square, going around rather than into a stitch. And one more. So they'll look like that. Okay, so we're just coming to the end of this row of 3 treble crochets into each of the little squares. So I'm just going to finish off. Just helps to give the top a nice finish before we put the ribbon in. Okay, so in this last one, you'll only need to put 2 trebles because you've got your starting chain of 4 to join into, but you'll want to be leaving the gap nice there. So actually just go into the top of the 3rd one, count up 3, make sure you leave one for that gap. Just slip stitch. You just need some scissors. Cut yourself a tail. Simply pull through, tighten to fasten off. Okay, and that's your completed bag. What you need to do is weave these ends in and tie some ribbon round. So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so here's your completed gift bag with the ribbon into those squares that we made. I'll post the pattern below and also on my website, and I hope that you enjoy making it.